Tensions in Eastern Europe aren't just a concern for civilians in the region, but also for American nationals who live and work in Europe. Josh Sanchez caught up with one Michigan State University student who has family living in Germany to find out how they're reacting to the ever-changing situation between Russia and Ukraine. Josh?
Sherry, Jack Thompson spent 5 years of his life in Germany and says that much of his family still lives there, giving him an interesting perspective on how Americans abroad are closely watching the latest escalations between Russia and Ukraine.
Well, at first, I wasn't super worried. I kind of held the expectation that things would not escalate in the ways that they did.
Jack Thompson is a Michigan State University senior and comes from a military family. His dad's career led to Thompson spending his high school years in Wiesbaden, Germany, just 25 miles from Frankfurt. He says while he's worried for his family living there, he knows those closer to the conflict have a lot more to be concerned about.
That I'm a lot more worried about family and people who work at the embassy in Kiev who just got moved, I believe, to Poland. But it is still a little bit concerning that that kind of conflict is happening right on the doorstep of, to Western Europe.
Thompson says a good amount of his friends enlisted or became officers in the military. He says U.S. intervention has become a topic of discussion with them.
A lot of those people specifically are worried about that angle when it comes to potential conflict in Ukraine. Again, like I said, I'm not entirely worried about U.S. boots on the ground in that instance, but I can see where the worry comes from when you're the person who has to maybe do that.
He says information given out to American nationals has been limited. Civilians like his mom and other family members have been told to remain calm, while government officials like his dad focus on continuing work as usual.
I think it's pretty level-headed at this point. I think a lot of the direction that at least is given to people on the ground there is to, remain kind of calm and not stress out about those sorts of things, because there's still a lot of work to be done, regardless of the whole Ukraine conflict,
Now, Thompson says after Russia's moves today, he hopes the issue does not lead to a full-scale war, but he does have concerns about the international economy. Sherry, back to you.